typical believer, whether of any religion. Like, I've been very blessed that I've.
Okay, I can't listen anymore of
Use
this.
it. They use their
So this has been how can Palestinians win the war while also being genocided? Just doesn't make sense, right? Like if you're getting genocided, like you can't win the war. So it's been an exciting room. I hope you have enjoyed listening to Benjamin Netanyahu talk to, I don't know, is his name Brett Baer? I can't remember. It's Fox News. My friend, Enigma, Daniel, Harry, I bid you all farewell and adieu. I am headed out into what's called a book.
Book. All right, is anybody here? I guess I'm going to end the room here. We've all agreed that we have to end Hamas. End Hamas, end the room, end your thinking, and end your problems.
Something that like gripped my soul, and I talk about it in the law.
Well. What do we have here?
Three like Sister Lucia, I've read all about her life.
Prodigal daughter, but not really repentant.
I'm constantly picking up like Catholic like YouTube channels.
It was so weird. Oh, I can't talk about it now. The room's being recorded.
It's not being recorded. Technically it's being recorded by Clubhouse, but it's being streamed, and then after the live stream, then a recording will remain. Slightly different concept, but I hear your point.
They're gone now. What are you calling me, a social outcast? What the hell?
I think you just proved it.
I'm amazing. Everybody wants me in their group.
All right. As usual, I'm going to mod the women because it serves two purposes. It makes me look like I'm a bitch magnet, and it's also just more civilized. Women are less likely to move people to the goo, mute them unnecessarily, or kick them from the audience. So I appreciate the ladies. Thank you.
You underestimate us. We kick hard.
Okay, maybe I'll put an age limit on this.
All right.
I don't, because I don't like to hurt people's feelings.
I do, bring it.
I just want to let the room know that last night's Mojo experience netted a skyrocketing 4,000 viewers on the YouTube Live.
Wow.
Excellent. Congratulations, Mojo.
What was the peak concurrent viewers? What did that get to?
I think like 70 maybe.
That's pretty good. What do you think opened up that portal?
I'm not sure either. Maybe somebody posted it, or because I posted the link in the chat and then people from Clown House went in there, maybe, and then it triggered the algorithm to show more. You have to have momentum, I think.
Yeah, well, something that it used to be true about the Clubhouse algorithm, and it makes sense that it would work for other platforms like a YouTube, is the velocity in which you open a room. Alex New York and I used to talk about it, and this is why, if you remember when he would open rooms, he'd open a room, and then if it didn't have 100 people within the first 5 minutes, he would just shut the room down. He'd reopen it, and he might do that 6 or 7 times, and then eventually you build momentum because you get the people that were in the room when it got closed down, but then when you start a new one, they jump in, but then also new people. That doesn't work anymore. Clubhouse just changed their algorithm, plus there's just not as many people on that, but I think velocity is important. So maybe what we should do is before you start the live stream, maybe we could talk about how do we just get people to go view it over there, and where we could share it, elsewhere, whether it's on, for the older people, they could share it on Facebook.
I will say, Mujo, I do not consent. It's being recorded. Just to make it clear.
Those words mean nothing.
No.
Well, I'm not an attorney, but it's,
You know.
So can I ask 2 questions?
Cackles is an attorney. Cackles is my.
David, isn't it too early to be drunk?
What's going on with Alex New York? He used to be holding rooms all the time.
I remember Alex in New York. I miss the
She's
guy.
not 3 times. You don't
I
say
know.
the name 3
Beetlejuice,
times.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Okay, well, whatever happened to him?
Well, I'll tell you, if I knew information, I would probably withhold it because it's not polite to share. I think what we could just say is that there was a place for him on this app, and well, I think some of his rooms were the dumbest rooms on here. I also think that. Why would you interrupt me, David? Why would you interrupt me?
Sorry.
What have you been drinking today?
No, because.
No, I want to know what you've been drinking. Don't even tell me how many, because that would be gossip.
So there was a situation with Alex in New York.
No, but what were you? No, what are you drinking today?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Okay, well then I'm gonna, until you want to participate in the room, I'm gonna move you down to the audience. We'll move you back up when you're ready to tell us what you've been drinking. You don't have to say how many. That would be too personal. But go ahead and put in the chat what you've been drinking. That'd be great.
Can I ask Kitover a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you guys formally know each other? Have you guys met?
No. I'm going to Chicago when the next festival is, so I wanted to know what is the next up-and-coming festival.
Why don't you meet him at the campaign headquarters?
Oh, I could do that and give him a little contribution.
You could go to the Air and Water show, or you could go to the Polish Fest, and then there's like another big one in Chicago, like downtown by Chicago Theater. It's just.
That's what I thought. The Polish Fest. I go to all Polish things. I'm not a Polak, though. Thank you.
Hello? This is Cackles calling in. What's up, guys? Long-time listener, first-time caller? That's about right. I got a bone to pick with you guys.
What?
I'm just kidding. What happened, Cackles? What did we do? And how? Nothing. It was a long-time listener, first-time caller joke.
No, keep on going. I'm feeling froggy. Let's go.
The next part of that sentence needs Cackles. The next part of that sentence needs to be, am I the asshole with?
Am I the asshole of? Yeah, that could be it. Ooh.
All right, new poll. Thought it was relevant and timely. Hey, Liz.
That's a great
It's
poll.
definitely WWE women.
You know what I really like about the Positive Mojo Vibration experience is the changing titles, the changing polls, the dynamic nature of the room.
Your dynamic nature.
Hello, Monica. Or Christopher.
Who's Christopher? It's quite literally in his name.
Christopher is an Antifa radical anarchist who flicks off cops and says, F you, cop!
Oh, no, John.
Wait, hold on. My understanding of Christopher is that he's a small town boy, military family, Republican lineage, that just wants to help make his neighborhood better.
Oh, wait, that wasn't Monica? That was just serendipity? Hello, I'm sorry.
Hello.
You're right, Mojo. But John's he's not serious anymore. We have an understanding.
So you're vouching for Christopher, so I should add him?
Dude, Christopher was one of the most epic voices on this app. When everybody else was chasing the big names that were off the app, he made a name for himself on this app. He literally made a house called Chris Sweat a Rant, and he was there he would get on the stage by himself, rant for 15 to 20 minutes, and there'd be 100 people listening with no ability to interact with him whatsoever. They would just listen to him rant. It was probably the most interesting experience. I don't think it was necessarily the most engaging rooms. He would then bring people up after the rant, but it was fascinating to watch how he could captivate people. It was like a one-man Broadway show.
Nice. Congratulations, Christopher. I guess no replays because this looks like a new-ish account.
Oh, this was years ago. That's funny.
Thought it was Kristen Lamar.
I don't think Christian Lamar ever got 100 people in his rooms.
True, Monica.
Christopher, if there was one thing that you wish Clownhouse users knew or read in a book, what is it?
Oh, I don't know. I honestly only come up here to fucking catch up with you guys once in a while. I don't think I've been on here for like 10 months or something, but this app sucks.
Isn't that projection though? Because like, doesn't the app actually suck if you suck? But like, what if other people on the app don't suck?
No, some people don't suck. The app sucks.
Does the app bite?
It's a conference call. It's just people. Like the app is, basically a non-existent thing. It's a fucking conference call.
No, they've ruined the app, and it sucks.
Well, what is the app
that
other
used
than
to suck.
speakers having a
It
conversation?
sucks now.
So, my interpretation of the app is it's your own choose your own adventure game. So, if you're unhappy with the content, you have the freedom to create your own.
Exactly.
Hi, everyone.
As is always the case.
To add to the conversation, I just wanted to come up to the stage so I could be included. Thank you.
Dylan,
Thanks, Dylan.
Dylan, welcome to the
Dylan.
Self Adventure Club. Dylan, congratulations on making your first step in your new self adventure.
But yeah, it's group calls, okay? That's all it is. It's just a big old group call.
Yeah.
You're a big old group call.
With a picture.
Whoa, what the violence, Cackles?
Sorry, I'm feeling violent now.
I don't think any of you are real. I think you're all just dots on a screen
Hey, Dylan.
making noises.
Dylan.
Hold on. Do we move him down for outing us or what?
Well, hold on. Maybe what we need to do is read the rules of the house to
That's
Dylan.
exactly what
Oh, let me put him on my PCR.
Dylan, we have rules.
We're a real inclusive bunch too.
I just read the rules for the first time in my life.
Do you agree to abide by them?
I have so far.
Hold on.
Would you like me to read them to you?
Just for us to hear more of your voice, we will answer yes.
In the bus.
Okay,
In the
domestic
bus?
violence, no problem. No doxing, no problem. Stay on topic. I'm going to try. Keep your shares brief, okay? Don't interrupt speakers. I'm pretty good at that.
Okay, so we didn't say read them out loud. We said Monica's going to read them out loud.
Yeah, but don't forget the last few.
Okay. In the Muff now has 1,029 members. This house, the rooms, and the chat are for entertainment purposes. So where did he stop? Number 5. Do not interrupt.
Just start from the beginning. We want to hear as much Monica as we can.
I'm so lost. Where are we starting?
The rules?
This is
Number 1.
strange. Bye.
No. Bye. No threats of violence. No doxing. Stay on topic. Keep your shares brief. Do not interrupt speakers, especially mods. Mods may interject when appropriate. The N-word is forbidden on stage and in chat. Don't spam the chat. Do not bring drama here from other rooms and English only. PSA. Assume that all rooms are being streamed. Paul and the Clubhouse team have taken away the mods' ability to remove people that do this when they introduce the Anon features.
So well written.
Who left in a temper tantrum? Hey, Bren.
I appreciate the English only.
I mean,
Do you know the spirit of why we have the English only rule?
Can anyone guess?
So the ICE will know who not to take.
Oh, that's a good guess. But no, I unfortunately only am fluent in English, although I do know un poquito when it comes to Espanol. And so because I don't have a mastery of other languages, it's just easier for me to moderate rooms, both on the stage and in the chat, if we agree that we're all going to speak English. Poker rooms have this rule to avoid collusion.
Poker rooms. I disagree. I think you might be fluent in sarcasm and have a doctorate in memology, but I could be wrong.
I also have a crush on Monica.
You guys are getting married. So cute.
Monica and Mojo sitting in a tree, clubhouse style.
Where's Kelly?
K-I-N-S-I-N-G.
It's so uncomfortable.
Monica, I hear you blushing.
You guys, don't be ashamed of your love.
Seriously, can we get Kelly in here to...
Kelly is making sandwiches at this time and eating watermelon. She might show up later.
I would like to join the Monica pylon and also just say that you are a beautiful woman with the greatest voice on Clown House. And when I saw the moon last night, that beautiful light, I thought of your beauty and your grace and your magnificence, magnificent Monica, aka Scarlett.
He's trying to get me to leave, isn't he?
No.
Hello and welcome to Clown House.
Fight with Mojo. John, we do not believe in duels. Settle down.
Well, when I hear flattery and compliments.
Hold on, I just want to say that if we believe what the Bible says about love, it's okay because love is not jealous. So there could be plenty of admirers of Monica.
Oh, good. Can we just throw me in the mix too?
Everybody, serendipity is now in these glass.
I'm used to dog piles, but not this kind. So
Is it enough with the love bombing already?
I think you can only get great compliments if you truly anonymize yourself and remain, anonymous.
I like this poll. This is a fun poll. Should we go around and each have our own pet peeve poll? Like, what's the worst?
Yeah.
Chewing off mute just kills me. There's a very few number of people who can do it that I don't get over, but the majority, man.
Girl, you counted his ice cubes this morning.
But serendipity was I wrong? I was rude.
Not.
I was rude, but I don't think I was wrong.
You were absolutely not wrong. That's honestly all of my pet peeves surround noises. Noises trigger me.
Are we talking about pet peeves just on Clubhouse or in life?
In life. It's everywhere, yeah. Repetitive noises bother me. Chewing, smacking, gurgling, gulping. Anything you do with your mouth. Ugh.
Okay, I was really offended that I was watching a YouTube video and a foreign language ad popped up. Not an ad about learning a new language or a new foreign language, but an ad in a foreign language. And I was like, this is America. What are you doing on my YouTube feed? I was not happy.
I have so many pet peeves. I guess one of them, I cannot handle someone tapping on my chair with their foot, or even my kids a lot, they'll kind of keep pushing on the back of the couch while I'm sitting there, and that I cannot handle that. It's definitely a pet peeve of mine.
Well, that's an invasion of personal space, so I think you're justified in that one.
What about someone walking too close behind you, clipping your heel? I hate that.
What about someone recording you and putting you on YouTube?
I also cannot tolerate BO. I am very sensitive to smells, and BO is just, I just can't can't do it.
Oh, I'm afraid you're right, Holly. You got me there too. The smell thing is a big thing for me.
I remember being around someone who was very pungent, so pungent that they activated my gag reflex. Like, oh, I could not bear.
Monica, what perfume do you wear? Can you answer that? Is that too personal?
There's the Michael Kors original was my favorite, and then it discontinued. So.
Well, the reason I ask is that I'm thinking of getting your favorite scent and spraying it on my pillow.
Oh my! What? The world turning?
It could be a carcinogen, so sleeping in it might not be the best idea.
Yeah.
I wanted to sing doobie doobie doo.
Yeah, I've definitely been in really awkward situations. I was on a plane. It was an international, long plane ride. But before we disembarked, whatever, I was sandwiched between these two very, very large men, and they were really nice, very talkative, but very bad smelling. I mean, it was pungent, and I was like sweating because I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Like, I can't. I was literally sitting there thinking, like, I think I have to get off this plane. And it was a really full, like, the plane was full. It was filling up. I'm like, I honestly think I have to get off. Said, please, is there any spot I can move to? I honestly don't think I can do this. I think I might have to get off the plane. I can't sit where I'm sitting. And she was like, let me see. And she's like, just go back. Let me see what I can do. I was like, okay, I'm praying. So thank God she came and grabbed me. And when I got up, those guys said, they made a comment like, it's okay, we're used to it. And I was like, damn, it was so awkward.
But so is it a natural scent? Is it a food scent? Is it bad hygiene? That's an open question. I have no idea. I'm not like the rumors of white people smelling like wet dog. It's not something that I was used to before Clubhouse, and I realized that the people that accuse white people of smelling like wet dog are around poor white people and not white people, and so they're actually outing themselves on their income level every time they insult white people. So I don't know. Holly, is it?
Wait, there's
It's definitely the BO that bothers me the most, but I know there are other smells. I mean,
so it's hygiene. Is it poor hygiene, or they're not using deodorant because their culture?
I think there's. Well, let's be real. Yeah. So Indians, obviously, deodorant is not, I guess, a thing. But for the other people, I guess it's hygiene. Yeah. I mean, there's different smells. Like if you're really fat, there's definitely that like sweaty, kind of sweet, gross smell. So that's kind of different for the BO.
Scarlett, you do believe that there is a direct correlation therefore between income and personal hygiene and odor, correct? Because you said that income is it is a correlate, right, Scarlett?
Oh, I don't think it's an absolute, but if you have to pick between eating and soap, many people will pick food.
Well, let me ask you something, Scarlett, since you're talking about personal hygiene.
Axed away.
Let me ask you, do you use a water pick to brush your teeth with? And do you also use baby wipes to wipe your ass?
Too personal.
I'm just asking about your personal hygiene because the correlation would be your income.
Well, some of this is just culture also. Like we there's differences in the way we clean based on.
Do you guys clean your mouth out with coconut oil and oregano?
That's a thing?
I use safflower oil.
Is that what do you think? Why do we want to do that?
Oil pulling?
Because if you use the over-the-counter mouthwashes, they actually kill the bacteria in your mouth that's actually good for you. It actually makes you less healthy. So I highly recommend a combination of oregano with coconut oil.
I have oregano oil and coconut oil. Do I mix those together? And what do? You just put it in your mouth and then rinse it out?
Listen, you gotta.
You gargle it you gargle it the same way you would semen.
You got it backwards, Mojo. You're supposed.
Hold on. I need to know about Mojo's gargling techniques.
Oh no! What did I just walk into?
We are talking about how you can use balsamic vinaigrette as a mouth detergent, essentially.
Balsamic vinaigrette? No. Was that one of the options? I heard it was coconut oil.
You gargle with balsamic vinaigrette as opposed to mouthwash, because mouthwash is an alcohol and a carcinogen, and it kills the bad bacteria, the good bacteria in your oral hygiene.
And for oil pulling to really be effective, you should swish for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes? He's got time for that.
Yes. You should swish for 20 minutes.
I'm out.
Anybody in California get that Amber Alert?
Well, I met an Amber last night at the bar, or 2 nights ago, and she's marrying her second cousin. Do you think it's weird, that she would say, "Hey, my fiance's here"?
You shouldn't be going to the bar while you're running for Congress.
Why? I've got to listen to what the young people are talking about, not what the old farts are talking about on Clown House.
So you're going to the bar to do political outreach?
100%. I'm constantly live streaming my experience at the bar. I don't know if you follow me on X, but I call it the Emerald Island Chicago ASMR Experience by candidate Congressman John Kitover.
Yeah, that's a horrible strategy, bro.
Well,
I mean, if you wanted to post up outside the bar, you see what I'm saying, and actually have conversations in a way that's more genuine to having that conversation, as opposed to listening to a bunch of, pulsing music and, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it would just be like
I get enough political conversation here.
If you were to have those conversations with people entering and exiting that bar.
Sometimes I don't want to talk and I just want to listen. And when I go out, sometimes I don't want to talk. But coming on Clown House, you can get all the political conversation anyone could ever get enough of. It's overload.
So when you go into the bar, do you make like an announcement in between like DJ sets, like, "Hey, I'm John Kitover. I'm, running for Congress. This is like my platform." I mean, are you doing any of those things?
No, these are professionally run bars. They don't want some bald asshole
Who's your
interrupting. I'm the Clown House as a decentralized network of associates.
Manager.
You want to be the campaign manager, Scarlett?
Not.
John, I would highly recommend that you talk to Stephen Bader or Marshall Rankin and ask them if they either would volunteer to be your campaign manager, or if they could recommend somebody that could.
I will ask them if I happen to see them. Thanks for that suggestion, Mojo. Thanks for that positive vibration. Pay them.
That part. They could do it on a voluntary basis. Smaller campaigns don't have the money to. You want the money going into actual marketing of the campaign, not to pay for volunteers that could have done it for free. You want to find people that are aligned with your mission, that want to help you get elected as much as you want to be elected.
I agree. But if you are on Clown House and you're not actively posting on behalf of the campaign to elect John Kitover, just go to johnforcongress.com or go to my YouTube channel. Link is in my profile. Link is in the chat. Share the videos, share the live stream, and become an AI campaign advisor. And if we get to Washington, D.C., I swear we're going to throw the biggest Clown House party. All your expenses will be paid. The campaign will fly you out, put you in a boat, put you in a hotel, put you at the bar.
John, if I were in your campaign, I would tell you that those are the kind of promises that you should not be making.
Well, maybe I'm having grandiosity, but I'm just
John, have
saying.
you spoken to Augustus?
Yeah. He said he's broke, but he wants to work on the campaign.
Yeah, maybe he's actually very politically astute.
Good for you to think of him, Adams.
Yeah, I am gonna try to work with him, but today and tomorrow, I'm getting a new campaign website set up so we can actually take donations and actually do real operations. So
Are you setting up anecdote
Yeah,
in the background?
Yeah.
Good call.
Kind of reminds me of the Build the Wall campaign from the veteran who was injured, and it was a joke that the American people will fund the wall since Congress and the government won't, and then it turned into a real thing. So the meme became reality. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting with John Kitover's campaign. Mojo, one quick question. Mojo, you had turned off the house wall, our ability to post on the house wall. You can. I was just gonna let you know.
I did not.
Oh. Well, I can't post on the.
Well, I will go take a look. That should not be the case. As long as people are not violating the rules of the house, they should be able to post freely.
It's open.
Oh, well, maybe. Well, let me double check because I was restricted. I was going to post the link to the replay this morning, and I could not.
John, can I recommend you embrace an education choice strategy, and I can connect you with funders.
Yeah, absolutely. Chicago and the CTU here is run by a bunch of cackling communist witches.
100%, they're a problem. So the guy's name is Paul DiPerna, DIPERNA. Google him and tell him I sent you if you embrace an ed choice agenda.
Well, we have a gentleman, maybe I can get him to come on Clown House. His name is Governor candidate Joe Severino, and he is getting attacked by the Illinois GOP in a way that you can't believe. But he's getting a lot of views, and he is the only Republican who has any visibility running for governor. The Illinois GOP doesn't field anyone. They have no candidates in any election cycle for judges, for committee people, for Congress people, for senators. They field nobody. None of the other positions in Illinois state government do they ever field, not for commissioners, not for Secretary of State. They field no candidates at all, and they have only $5,000 in their bank account. That's it. That's all the entire Republican political party has in their bank account. $5,000. That's it.
Have you guys seen KB on the app? Serendipity?
No, I haven't seen him in a couple days.
No, I'm talking about the female KB.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
She goes on X Spaces with Andrew Meyer a lot.
I haven't, Adams.
What the hell is going on? Sean, what are you listening to?
Hey Sean, mute your mic or drop to the goo.
Hey, Sean, you have a hot mic.
Is he watching Maury Povich?
So the one thing about launching a campaign and using a platform like Clown House is because there really kind of is this force multiplier effect of having like what you could call a networked brain or a positive group think to a certain extent, or utilizing Clown House as your rocket pad. There's just a lot of benefits to launching a political campaign and doing communication with individuals, in this type of social audio dynamic. And, because almost all organizations constantly have meetings. To me, Clown House is the perfect place to conduct business and use it as a conference call, a teleplatform like Zoom. So to me, Clown House, can be revolutionary and create real change. It's just a question of the users and whether or not they're able to successfully work together to actually do anything other than just like have casual entertainment conversations.
Yeah, you have to show up prepared. I ran 3 successful state, local, and national school board campaigns and won. It's work, but you have to be very targeted.
You also have to define success on your own terms. If winning an election is not the only strategy. Sometimes it's an awareness thing. Sometimes it's a learning thing. There's a lot of things that you can do. Libertarians love talking about Joseph Overton and the Overton window. But you got to be intentional about that. What is your goal? And if you have exit criteria of like, man, if I do this, that will be, I can hang my head, very well. Those are the things you should think about, because winning is for the people that are going to throw a lot of money into it, right? But you can also define success in your campaign without winning in the election. If you were to cause doubt or at least introduce into the conversation an issue that you care about, like if you think about Ron Paul's biggest contribution, he certainly didn't win the presidency. And when he was in Congress, most people didn't even know who the fuck he was. But once he ran for president and it was on the debate stage, he started talking about things that said, I wonder why the rest of them don't care about these things. And so what you need more people like Ron Paul. And I think that when you do it on a local level, you can have a lot more impact.
Yeah, I mean, even putting out videos about property taxes in the top towns in the district, income taxes in the top town. Like the current congressman, probably, if I were to do a quick Grok search about how many times and give me the content where he has talked about lowering your property taxes, income taxes, gas, plastic garbage bag taxes at the grocery store, everything. I mean, there's ways to create content which cause doubt and bring up relevant topics that are priorities.
I would like to have more people like Ross Perot. I can't remember the lady from Texas, but just more people who had a different political and economic viewpoint. I think what America suffers from is the agree with me because I say so crowd. I think we got to have several different conversations, and then, of course, let the people decide.
Well, you know what I kind of wish we had was more long-form debate structure. I don't like the way that the debates are structured now. They're like too short.
That's because the parties themselves had formed a committee to choose the rules, and those rules, the first big rule that they make is how to exclude third parties from those debates. And so the good news is the debate commission has fallen apart, so there's at least an opportunity for something new to emerge. But John, I wanted to throw a name at you. You should look up the Free to Choose Network and look up the chairman, Chris Roofer. He was the guy that he founded the Morningstar Company. He's the wealthiest pure liberty donor that you're going to find. And if you were to message him, and all you have to do is go to the website freetochnetwork.org, send a message, put in the title of your message, principle of human. Oh God, how does he word it? Hold on, I want to make sure I don't bastardize what he says. Hold on, I want to make sure I get this exact. Hold on, bear with me. I apologize. I just don't want to fuck it up because this is important. These are his words. So if you put them in his words, it'll go a long way. This is somebody that was by far the biggest donor to the Libertarian Party and a lot of libertarian campaigns, but I will tell you. Hold on, let me find
find the email from him. Principle of human respect. If you can send him an email telling him that your campaign is all built around the principle of human respect, you'll get his attention and you might get a donation.
So for people who said, parties need to have a different structure, Mojo is correct. A lot of us ones that we see are structured a certain way, but you do have the opportunity as regular Americans to bond with some people who may be having a similar conversation with people who are not part of the structure. I think the sad thing is that when people who are not aligned with how Democrats want the Republicans do their thing, Green Party, Colony Party, Forward Party, the people who want a different structure are not paying those things attention as you should. Give those things your eyeballs so that over the next 4 to 8 years they become at least number 16 or number 10 on the debate tour. And you can have those conversations and force those moderators to ask the questions that you want.
With all due respect, that doesn't work. The third largest political party in the country has been at this for over 50 years, and the system is designed to keep independents and third parties out of the system. And the idea that you're going to lend your support and give them their eyeballs, I don't think it works that way. I think a better idea is you take your ideas, you organize, and then you look at the way that the game is set up. You have to play within the rules. If you break the rules, they'll kick you out. So what you do is you have to bow down to the fact that there are two parties, and then you have to push your idea into one of the two major parties.
I think that's a different premise. I don't disagree with that premise. But I think that what they were talking about was hearing different conversation structure. What you're talking about is not true.
Well, what I'm saying is I want to see that on the national stage. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying if I could paint a perfect cycle, election cycle, I would change the style in which they're doing the debates.
Yeah, but you got to understand, they don't want that because they want to frame the conversation for the American people in the way that they want to frame it. And if you have an outsider that's on the stage that might change the conversation, what if the American people got excited about that new idea? They do not want that.
Yeah, that's why I know it's probably a pipe dream. That's just, I wish that was the way it was.
When Ron Paul, would scream out, "The government is broke. America is broke. We are kicking the can down the road and borrowing and spending ourselves into an inflationary state." That perks people's ears up. But unfortunately, he just didn't have that bravado and strength. But the whole point is Ron Paul's Liberty Institute, and even though his co-host may not be that great, the point is it's his messaging, it's his communication outreach, which will have the lasting effect on Americans and people who are part of that communication network, and how essentially they know that they're getting not a square deal and it's not a fair bargain. So part of my campaign is really educating myself and educating hopefully the constituents in the district, because if Congress people and senators were educators and sharing actual information as opposed to propaganda or redistributing their lobbyists' messaging, I think their constituents would be better off. And because education is hundreds of billions of dollars a year federally and locally, with all your property taxes going to education, I don't think we're getting the education that we're paying for. The return on investment of our dollars towards education just isn't there. So it's up to us to maybe re-educate ourselves to hopefully re-educate the population on what a fair deal is and how we got here in 2025 and why we have to stop doing what we're doing.
So, hold on. Yeah, real quick. So, the problem that Ron Paul ran into is that the party itself
does not allow these ideas to be able to see the light of day. So when people started liking what Ron Paul was saying, there were states in which he had delegates in 2012: Maine, Minnesota, Iowa, Louisiana.
Bryce, sorry, I'm taken. I'm married,
When they
getting
got to the
engaged.
convention, they actually